So today I'm going to talk about bloating, gas, abdominal distension, stuff to do with the digestive system that's not particularly pleasant during recovery. Bloating, starvation has reduced the critical bacteria in your gut, and also your digestive enzyme levels, and that kind of causes a lot of these problems. You're going to find that when you start eating properly again, you're going to experience quite a lot of discomfort in your stomach. You can get, as I said, bloating and distension in your stomach area. You're going to be gassy. It's going to be uncomfortable. It can be quite painful for quite a lot of people as well. Probably going to experience either diarrhea or constipation, or even both, which isn't particularly great. The abdominal distension is because you have a much slower digestion rate as opposed to a healthy person. It can take 4 or 5 hours for food to be digested in the body of a starved person, as opposed to an hour and a half in a healthy person. So it's going to cause a lot of distension there. Also, that can be caused by the wastage of muscles during starvation. The abdominal muscles are going to be really weak, so they're not going to hold stuff in. It's going to come out and look like a huge food baby. Yeah, it does tap into anorexic fears and any eating disorder fears, really. It's not going to stay like that, honestly. You'll end up eating and you look like you have a giant food baby, and then it will disappear within 5 hours, maybe less. Usually I kind of eat most of the calories in the evening. I always get far more hungry then. So when I started eating all the food then, and I'd go to sleep with this massive food baby and wake up and it's all gone again. So it's not like you're going to suddenly get huge overnight or stay huge overnight and just keep getting bigger and bigger. It does keep going down, so you're fine. You are going to be really gassy. Funny story, always would wake myself up farting during the night. It's not very pleasant because obviously when you're around people, just if you know that it's happening, just make it into a joke. I just did that. Yeah, I did wake up my boyfriend at the time as well, which is quite amusing, but it can be quite uncomfortable because you're constantly just feeling really whoa, and unfortunately feeling pretty big and uncomfortable. And it's really, I probably found it one of the most horrible things during recovery, but I don't think it really lasts that long. For me, it only lasted probably 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a bit less. It's just as your digestive system is getting used to the amount of food that you're processing. Yeah, it's adapting to the larger amount of food, and the muscles are strengthening and stretching, and it's not going to be like that forever. None of these symptoms are going to stay with you. It's all part of the process. It's not particularly great, but we all have to go through it. Yeah, it is probably one of the most horrible things, is the digestive system getting up and going again. But as I said, it doesn't really last a huge amount of time. I don't think I have heard of anyone having a problem with it for a while. You probably, as I said, at the beginning, I was really constipated for a while. Not particularly nice, of course, because that just makes you feel even more bloated and bunged up and ugh. But then you might find that actually you have quite frequent bowel movements. Maybe a lot of people get quite worried because some people end up having bowel movements 4 or 5 times a day. But that won't stay like that either. You will go back to the normal amount of poop time. So don't worry about that. It's all going to be fine. It won't take too long to go away. It is the initial, usually, it starts at the beginning and it's not going to be there for a long time. So don't worry about it. It will go away. A lot of people find that the abdominal distension and stuff causes a lot of pain. I had one friend saying she was pretty much in tears because it hurt so much, but that was only once, and a lot of people will only experience that once or twice or 3 times. Just as the muscles get used to, like, and the stomach gets used to having that amount of food in it, it will stretch quickly. You're not going to be in pain many times. And I mean, some people experience it a lot more severely than others as well. It was unpleasant for me, but I didn't have too much pain. It was just very uncomfortable and felt very heavy and just big and bloated and yeah. But it won't last for too long, so don't worry about it. You're doing great, and it will be over in a short amount of time.